Yeah.
Sideburns.
What's the word? Tell me what you heard. That info that we kicking, it be louder than some herb. Word, information, no telepathico. We gon' have to elevate your mind where you wanna go. Kiss Calhoun in the mix. Sideburns dropping all the beats, it's a hit. It's a podcast you don't really wanna miss. So sit back, relax, let's talk for a bit. What's the word? Spitting out the game that you need. What's the word? Make it say yes indeed. What's the word? Something that you wouldn't believe. What's the word? The word is for you to receive. What's the word? 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 I say tune in live, cause we up in the mix, and you know we have some topics that we have to reach. What's the word? 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 I say tune in live, cause we up in the mix, and we have a few topics that we have to reach. What's the word? 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 What's the word?
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Kiss Calhoun, and we're back for another episode of What's the Word? You heard me, with the legendary host of all time, Mr. D.Jon. What's good? What's good?
What's up, everybody? We're back for another week. Kiss is forever hyping me up, bucking my head up, but of course, you know, it's your boy D.Jon, back for another week of Let's about to drop my own show.
Let's talk. All right.
But another week of What's the Word? Let's get it.
All right. So, of course, you already know we got to talk about something that's going to be like controversial, or just for some people to have a learning experience. We're going to talk about things that some people just need to mind the business that pay them. Shout out to Nicole. .com. Get all your gift from that. Water. Yeah. But we gotta spill our 401k of our views on why it's important to have black fathers and black role models. And so this topic is, of course, if you haven't seen it already, coming from the whole hating ass people that always got something to say about black fathers and when they're doing they goddamn good job. So if you haven't seen it already, ooh,
we both fucking choking this week.
Oh, we messed up today. But this episode we're gonna talk about how, if you haven't seen it already, LeBron James, the whole LeBron James being criticized for celebrating at his son's game, and like the importance of black fatherhood. And of course, we're gonna give y'all our 401k about, is it important to have a connection with your family from the father side after parents' relationship ends? And this is gonna be a bad scenario. Like, we're gonna give you a scenario on the whole thing. Keisha and Tyrone coming, making their debut on the show. And then, of course, we're going to talk about Mario Lopez. Of course, he's getting criticized by some comments he made about saying it's dangerous for parents to allow their kids to transition. Of course, we're going to spill y'all with that hot. We all messed up. That high tea. Okay, that's that paña. So we giving y'all some hot tea today. And of course, we got Monica, we got R.Kelly, we got of course Lori Harvey and her love pastel, and we got,
don't blame that on that girl.
Girl, blame it on her, okay? And of course we're gonna talk about the shy R.I.P. And then we're gonna talk about Lamar Odom. So let's get into it. All right. So it's important of black father role models and black. I mean, of course it's important. Of course that's important. I feel like everybody needs that. We need both parents for a reason. That's why it takes two to make one, right?
Right.
So you're going to need male influence. I feel like because our culture has a disconnect with a lot of the male influence that we have. It's like whenever they see something popular, like for instance, when they see LeBron James celebrating at his son's basketball game, they have some people that find that offensive, and I'm like, your childhood must be jacked, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely important to have. Some children don't grow up with parents being together, and their father just distance himself from his family, like he don't even try to make a connection with his child. So I know I have some stories that I could spill some tea about some real life people, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna just let y'all know, like, there's some people out here, men and women, that are jacked up that shouldn't have kids, and pinning your child, using your children as an advantage to try to get back at somebody is never cool. And there's too many kids that's suffering from that. As you can see, there's too many people that's worried about LeBron James celebrating at his son's game and not enough energy being put into the fathers that don't even show up at their son's game. I mean, I'm one of those children who nobody came watch me play softball, and it took people who parents came saw their children play the hype for me. So, you know, it's important, because even though I knew my situation while my family couldn't come to my games, but still, certain people don't have that dynamic. So, of course, if I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't be the person I came. Like, if I didn't have teammates, parents, coach hyping me up, I probably wouldn't became a good softball player. I probably wouldn't even stayed in the sport longer than I stayed. So, and
it's always it's going back to that damn if you do damn if you don't. Black fathers just can't
win for losing.
They do something right, they getting criticized. They do something wrong, they criticize. And like today, just working with a client, single father, twin girls. You know, mama basically kind of walked out on him in a sense. So he out here handling his business, trying to get his children in school, raising girls. Because
girls is a lot more, not harsher to raise, but it's just
basically
a
trying
lot
to get
of
him
timing.
And trying to get him in school so that he's able to go back to work, so he can actually provide for his children like he needs to. And, you know, I just tip my hat off to him. You know, it's sad that, you know, black men don't get the credit that they do, and a lot of people say, well, that's what they're supposed to do. Yeah, you're right, that's what they're supposed to do, but guess what? The way that it's set up nowadays, you rarely have black fathers in their children's lives. So when you have that very small percentage of black fathers that's actually in their children's lives doing the damn thing, give them props.
Right.
Like, that's, you know, that...
It just make you agitating.
I don't understand it.
That
like,
you can't celebrate your kids. You can't like, who cares? He was hype. He's LeBron James. He's a basketball player that these kids might not get to see on a daily basis, and some kids probably got on the team because they knew LeBron James' son was going to be on the team, and they might have a chance to meet their hero, and they get to see their hero, and he's just like who they thought they was, down to earth.
Like, I'm so grateful for my mama, because she supported us in everything that we did. She was at... Well, the only thing that she probably wasn't at was track meets, because it was too damn hot outside, and I don't blame her.
Track meets just happened so random.
Right, and then we would be in school some days when we were taking out, so she was at work.
Yeah.
So but other than that, she was walking in every parade.
Yeah.
She was literally at almost everything, cutting up. So I don't see no problem. I don't see no problem in LeBron cutting up. That's his child. He can do that. That's how you're supposed to do. That's how people show encouragement.
Right.
You know, by
and not just
acting a fool for their children.
Not just that. A kid seeing how LeBron James is for his son might give him some, LeBron James hyping us up. That's going to give us even more momentum for all the players to work good, to not let him down. Like you said, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't type of situation, but it's like, it don't really have to be that way. It just, they choose it to be that way because, you know, people just envious of things that they didn't have growing up. And
And that's what I think.
I think that's what it is. Some people didn't have that daddy that did all that stuff.
They probably didn't have their daddy or their mamas supporting them in those and things
now they're like,
did.
oh, he just extra. He don't need to do that. How is he extra dunking? He's a basketball player. Some of these basketball players show so much arrogance, like they don't even want you to touch them. So it's
almost like it's refreshing to see, him somebody of his stature doing stuff like that.
That's like saying Michael Jackson
because they
come
get
out.
Right.
Mike.
Right. They already
we fainting when we see Mike already.
They
so
already get a bad rep for seeming like
that
makes stuck up people.
That goes back. What I just said make me think about just Michael Jackson. Look what he did and had
all Michael had to do was stand on the stage for 10 minutes and you had
people grown
men falling out.
Right. Like, just like, what I was saying, like, as far as Never Land and everybody coming to the party and be able to do stuff with him. Like, they didn't... Michael Jackson was the first artist to do that. Open his own home to people and have fun and do things with. And then it's like, oh, he doing this, he doing that to children. It's like, y'all don't really know what happened. Y'all like... Let LeBron James and people like Michael Jackson and all the fathers that have their children that support their children the way they want to, because it's not our business to be getting all riled up and making this even a topic of discussion, because the topic of discussion should be the parents that don't show up for their children.
Exactly.
And that's the topic of the discussion, because that's what caused children clicking out and having all these different mood swings and stuff like that.
Resentment.
Because families don't support.
They don't support them and nothing.
We're going to talk about it later on the tea, but you're blaming LeBron James for being a supportive family when maybe if they had more supportive fathers in this world, we wouldn't have so many mass shootings with angry little white boys that come from bad homes, broken homes, taking out their frustrations on the world and want to kill everybody. We would have more stability if fathers actually did their job. Because, and trust me, they got some women out here but that hot girl summer, they got a lot more thoughts been coming out than they have sophisticated women. It's like we're going backwards in times where we prefer the pimps and hoes type shit over the education. I think that's the part where we have to get back and be like, you know what? Enough is enough. But let's spill our 401k on the importance of having a connection with family on the other side of the town. I wanted to do like a bad scenario. So, okay, picture it. Okay, Tyrone and Keisha been together for 10 years. Let's give it 10 years because that's a good amount of time to know somebody, to know of somebody, to know that that's going to be the person you want to be with, right? Tyrone and Keisha get involved. They're in love. They have a baby. Tyrone on his stuff. He doing good for himself. And Keisha doing good for herself. They got another baby. And then all of a sudden Tyrone loses his job. And is depressing. He becomes depressed. He becomes agitated and seeing, Keisha doing her thing and still bringing in the money, but now he's getting envious. He's questioning if, you been out so long, like, you been gone, like, is this my kids? And you know how dudes do. So, of course, that weighed a toll on her, always fussing and fighting about this and that. So, Keisha and Tyrone break up. They split because she's tired of his shot. He doesn't want to get on his...
Not his shit, his shot.
Like, he doesn't... At this time, he didn't want to get his shit together. He's still dwelling in past and stuff like that of having a good job, not losing it. She has the kids. Keisha still doing her thing, got her thing going on, meet a new guy. He proposes to her. They about to get married and stuff like that. Now some time ago, Keisha gets married to the new dude. And now Tyrone is livid. Like, he don't want some guy raising his kids. He want his kids. So now they have custody things where Tyrone gets some time to see the kids.
Keisha gets
the majority of time, but every other holiday the kids gotta spend.
They have to rotate, right?
Okay, so the kids all their life, from the time that they was born, they was with their mama and daddy for long. Their mama and daddy broke up. The kids is growing up, but the kids are old enough to understand where they want to be. Okay, the kids prefer, and this is this is a scenario, guys. We don't want y'all to be. Oh, girl, let's kiss. Let me see.
It do sound believable.
It's like we two kids together.
Because I'm sitting here thinking, like, girl, what she talking about?
This is a scenario off the dome. This freestyle. So, okay, the kids are old enough to know they don't want to be with their dad because they didn't like how things ended. They witnessed their dad being angry at their mama and stuff like that. Mind you, Tyrone, when he left, he didn't really come see the kids. He barely called the kids. He might have came every other time to see birthdays and stuff like that, but he really wasn't actively involved. But the new guy family and his side of the family, actively involved in the kids. They didn't spend time with their stepdad's family more than they spent time with their father's parents. Now at this time, the kids don't want to go and spend holidays with their dad and their family, but their mama are encouraging them to do so because, you know, it's only right. So the question, the 401k is it important to have a connection with family from father's side after parents' relationship ends on a bad note?
To me, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a healthy balance. It helps the children, you know, understand both sides of the family. Like my mama always told us, she never kept us from our dad's, family and stuff like that. It was a choice, and I'm always getting invited to go over to, my other, my other family, my cousins, my grandmother, and stuff like that. And, I feel bad because I never go. I rarely go. Y'all gonna be like, you are sad. If I sit here and tell you the last time I've been around my other side of, of my family, of my blood. So it's to me, it's a healthy balance. You get to see everybody and, just
get to understand where you come from,
right? So to me, it's a healthy balance.
I think it is.
It
should be, but because we live in a society where emotions play part in a lot of these people's lives, like you said, a lot of families we don't get to see our dad's side of the family. I was fortunate to, even though my dad and mom's relationship didn't last long, he was gone by the time we was I think before we made one, my dad was gone from the house. So, I mean, I didn't grow up with no other stepdaddy, but even though my dad didn't do a good job with making sure I was connected with his family, because I feel like it's this. A lot of times when relationships end on a bad note, the two parties that ended, meaning the girlfriend, the parents, right? They typically end it and not consider the emotions behind the children involved.
And
sometimes,
you know what it is? It's just the anger, it's the emotions.
It's the
just
anger,
like
the bitterness, the acrimony, the everything.
It's like everything. So it's like, I'm going to hurt you because you hurt me.
Right. And
the hurt is, I'm going to keep your children away from you. Or the
hurt is, I'm going to stay away from my kids. And
that too, on the other side,
and not,
it could be either.
You know what I'm saying? Like so many dads get the opportunity to walk out their kids' lives, and it's just sad that they don't keep in contact with their kids. I mean, for me growing up, I was one of those kids that my dad walked out my life, and it was rare that he called and checked up on us. But it also played a toll on my connection with his side of the family.
Right.
I didn't grow up with those people.
So it was hard for you to go around them because you didn't know them.
Right. Not just that. It's just that because he didn't do what he was supposed to do as a father with having that. Like, I have an older sister, and me and her are close, but because we're so apart in age, my daddy didn't do things with his children to keep his children involved with each other. Or, all right, I'm going to have a big family cookout every year, and we going to all get together. Like, my daddy didn't do that because he was just so stuck in his own self.
Right.
So I feel like fathers, since we talking about fathers, you have too many opportunities where you walk out of your kid's life. And I understand circumstances, like you might have a bitter baby mama, but at the end of the day, you chose that obstacle. You got to deal with the cards that's been dealt.
You got to deal with it, and you have to fight.
Right. And not only that thing, kids don't ask to be here. Love you fell in love with their parent. You fucked. You got the child here. It's not the child's fault. Y'all didn't end up together. You still have to do what you have to do as far as a father to take care of your child. The absence of so many black families and fathers, they keep talking about how we this, that, and the other, but we don't never want to talk about how so many of us are born without fathers in our lives. We have male role models, that's cool, but you want to know where you come from at the end of the day. You want to know your father and know what he like, what he dislike, what he used to do. Like, I know for me, I sing a lot. I could make a song. I'm very creative. My creative side comes from my daddy. But I didn't get to experience that because him being distant or him being away. Had he played his role, I could have been extra more creative. Me and my dad had a bond where I draw, he drew, and he was teaching me how to draw. So it was like things that you do with kids that certain kids that miss out on. And it's important to have the connection with your family because they're your family. You don't get to choose them. You didn't get to choose your daddy, your parent, your mother. So you don't understand the baggage or the demons that come with their life that they created before we got here. We can only accept the things that happen and learn from the experience. That's why certain men try to not be the deadbeat dad that they had. That's why LeBron James is the father that he is to his kids, because his daddy walked out on him and he still became great without his daddy. But he get to show his children that I'm going to be here. I'm going to turn up and do dunking and I'm going to act crazy because I'm your daddy.
A lot of fathers like that, they don't want to continue the cycle because the last thing they want is their sons to be like them or to be like their grandfather or to be like their great grandfather. So they want to break that chain that was once connected with, their father walking out on them. So like I said, to me, it was the opposite for me because I can remember, being young and, all going around, knowing my family, knowing my other grandmother, knowing my grandfather, knowing my cousins, my aunties, my uncles, cousins, knew everybody, still know everybody to this day. But I think the more older you get, it's like, parents start letting you make those decisions on your own.
And so you stay away from people who don't come around.
And then, with Katrina, a lot of stuff was disconnected. So...
A lot of people moved away and then come back. Right.
So the thing is with that, it was just like, okay, like, I didn't, rarely heard from him and stuff like that. So we would talk, this and here and there, but it wasn't like, how it was when I was younger. Right. So it was like, once I got older, I was able to make those type of decisions for myself. And I was like, well, You know how my mom is. She's just like, you don't have to go if you don't want to go.
Right, and if you don't want to go, you don't go. And that's why I made the scenario. In the scenario, the kids don't want to go with their dad because they don't really know their dad's side. What you do with a kid, you can't force them to have that You cannot force a connection with somebody that's not trying to connect. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, like in your scenario, that happens a lot with families not reaching out when they dad, when the party. Because let me tell you like this: when dads and moms break up, the families divide. Of course, his family gonna be on his side. Fuck Keisha. Keisha was a hoe. I told you don't fuck with Keisha.
But you know what,
that bitch ain't had no good credit. I told you she gonna take your money and leave.
It wasn't even a bad thing. That's the thing. It's just like it was just a disconnect. And nobody, you know,
and
around
nobody
that
just
time, nobody had no type of connection.
Right.
We didn't really have all this social media and stuff that we have. We didn't really have all these smartphones like we did now.
We had MySpace, but no one.
But nobody was really. Nobody was on that. I wasn't on that. I didn't get on that until
late.
like. Maybe like sophomore, junior year in high school.
I was on there early. You know, I was
but
internet
you know,
geek.
it was just a disconnect.
Yeah.
And you know, like I tell everybody, like I love both sides of my family. Mm-hmm. It's just I am.
Disconnect.
You know how I get sometimes, but I just don't want to do anything. Like I shut down, and I would just rather just be by myself to myself. And that's how I am. That's how I am sometimes. You know, like I love them to death, but it's just like
it's just a disconnect.
Yeah, like I just don't be, you know.
But
like,
that's what typically happens.
Like
but that's what typically happens. The disconnect typically happens when the two parties split. Like you split up, mama could been your Keisha friend all while y'all was together. She was daughter-in-law and all that. And as soon as Keisha and Tyrone break up, mama calling Keisha all kinds of hoes. She ain't shit. I told you she was going to take it for everything, and she took your kids. You know what I'm saying? But that's what typically happens, and then you end up with a disconnect.
Right.
You end up with grandchildren not knowing their grandparents because you saying that, she kept him away whole time. Tyrone didn't want to be around his kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whole time Tyrone had 2 other baby mamas after that. And not doing nothing for them 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's just too much. But at the end of the day, families got to be bigger and bolder. I'm just fortunate, like, our parents didn't keep us away from our parents. Even though my dad wasn't shit.
But they were good mothers.
Yeah, they did the
right
job. They did the right thing.
You don't keep your children away. You let your children you let them do.
You let them do what they want to.
But guess what? When they get older,
they're gonna
make their own decisions. Right, and if they feel like they don't want to go around, then they don't have to.
But I'm just fortunate that my dad's side of the family always kept in touch with us. Like my mama best friend is my daddy's niece. Like so, it's like. We gonna always be family and stay connected. I'll always get the tea from my daddy's side, from my cousin. Shout out to my cousin.
Okay, because trust me, your messy aunties have the best,
exactly,
the best mess.
So it's like all of the info. Anyways, you know who getting married, who had a baby, who got shot last Christmas. Like we still keep in touch, but it's just that we might not see each other. But when we see each other, we see each other. And just black fathers out there, love your children, do right by your children, fight for your children. Live, breathe, and eat for your children because they need you. We need our fathers. We need our fathers. We need them. And it's vital.
You'll never know how much a child needs you.
Until you're needed. Because once you're gone...
Or until you actually sit down and talk with your child.
Exactly. And once you're gone, you got to hope that your child is on the right foot. I'm just glad that just like LeBron James, even though I didn't have my father in my life, I still turned out to be good. I ain't out here Tatiana and got 2 baby daddies, 1 in jail, 1 on child support. I'm just thankful that I broke the cycle, and I'm thankful for breaking the cycle. But, this messy tea. Not the messy tea yet, but
well, it's kind
the
of
messy, okay? The pre-tea, okay? Mario Lopez is facing backlash for saying it's dangerous for parents to allow their kids to transition. So, Del, you want to give you a little?
Well, I'm not gonna really read it
because I know you know a lot about it.
Because I already know what it's about. So,
okay,
basically, when there's about a transition, basically. A boy transitioning to a girl and vice versa. So Mario is just basically saying that he doesn't feel like parents should let children make those types of decisions at young ages.
Okay.
And he got a lot of backlash by that.
Okay.
But I agree with him.
Right.
Even though I took this
you were like, don't be coming for our LGBTING. You don't know what's going on. And then you read it and you was like,
no, I
didn't read it, but you just said on the conversation like it just.
I didn't even react bad to it because
okay.
when I saw it and I read it, I said I agree.
Right.
And that's the only thing that I said.
Right.
I said I agree.
So like, what did he say? Like, what? Let's pull it up.
Let's see what he said. I have it up.
Okay.
So basically, what Mario said was, let's see. He said that the comments he made were ignorant and insensitive.
This is the update. This is the apology for what he said.
Oh, the update. Okay, so let's get to what he said. So he basically said, I guess I'm going to have to read it.
And you know what? I really hate when then you say stuff and then the media, they make you feel bad for what you said.
Right,
and then now you got to be like, I am so
you're
sorry.
You're forced to make an apology.
For my actions, even though I meant what I said and I say what I meant, but they trying to make me apologize.
Mm-hmm. So what he said on his comments on it, this is what he said, and I quote, he said, it's a weird trend in Hollywood of celebrity parents supporting children, quote unquote, picking their gender.
Okay.
Period.
So
he got backlash because of that. Then he said, and this is strange to me, they say, oh, I looked at my child and my child was swimming in a bathtub and looking up and said, Mommy, I'm a boy, and that's weird. So I took a course.
In your psychology major? No, you're not a social work. I'm like, all right, Dr. Dill.
It's like these courses you have to take after you get your degree, and it was on LGBTQ plus.
Okay.
And the guy, a real good person, he actually has his doctoral in social work, young guy around our age, and he was talking about the different spectrums of it and whatnot.
Okay.
And he talked about how children choose who they want to be at a very young age. So most children, they kind of have a sense of choosing what they want to be, not necessarily choosing to be that for the rest of their lives, but one day, oh, I'm a boy, or one day I'm a girl, or one day I want to dress, I want to put on a dress, and then the next day I want to put on pants.
Yeah.
So I got that because I was like, okay, that makes sense, because a lot of us probably went through that growing up. It's, let's be real, but it's not necessarily saying that we wanted to be
a girl.
You want to be a boy, or I want to be a girl.
Like, the good example for this is tomboys.
Yes.
Like girls that love to wear, like to get dirty, and like to wear
people
boyish.
Automatically think that, she's going to be a lesbian.
The reason why I came up with this is because people always assuming that I'm a part of the congregation. But I'm telling you, Kiss Calhoun is strictly a dickly, okay? Like, I gotta let that be known. And for y'all, I am single, ready to mingle. Just saying that. Okay, continue.
So basically, like I get it. Like, I get what he's saying. You don't want to ever be in a situation where you make this decision. You're one of them parents. Okay,
you want to be a boy? Timothy, you want to be a boy? Samantha, you want to be a boy?
They back 12 years later
and want to be like, no, I want to be a girl.
But it's too late because they did all this. You did the hormones and this and this and this and that.
And
so it's like you have to be willing to. You have to think about those type of things when you do that. Me, just like I said, because I had this conversation with one of our friends, and I said that I'll be the type of person that I'm going to support my child no matter what the hell they want to be. But my thing is, as a parent, I will not let a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 a child tell me what they're going to be. No, you're not.
You are.
You are what you were born. That's what you are. You were born a girl. You're going to be a girl. You were born a boy. You were born a boy.
And now, let me just tell y'all.
Once we get older, 16, 17, and you still have those feelings.
Right, you still have the feelings.
Then we're going to look into that.
Okay, let's talk about this.
I want to clear that up because I don't want want people to think that
how you a part of the congregation?
I want my child to fully understand what that is, what you're doing, and what you're putting yourself into. Exactly. I don't want a child that doesn't know, because they're still developing, they're still learning. Right. I don't want a child to tell me that they want to be this and they still are learning themselves. Yeah, they still learning themselves. See, around that 15, 16, 17 years old age range. Like 13, that teenage. You got that understanding. Mm-hmm. So then if you come at me talking about that, okay, let's sit down. Let's talk. This is what you want to do? Let's do our research on this, and then we'll go from there. You're really serious about doing this. Let's see how this could be beneficial for you. Yes. So, like, I get it. That's why I said I just hate that when people have these headlines and they have these topics of conversations, that they just choose to leave out certain stuff or make it seem like he was, like, bashing people. Because, okay, what's Dwayne Wade's son? We can clearly see that he is all the way fully ready to be that. Magic Johnson's son. Of course, Magic Johnson's son. And Magic Johnson's son didn't start dressing like a girl, or not just like a girl, but just didn't start dressing like that the way he dressed now. He didn't start dressing like that till he got older. And we really didn't see him as a young boy much. So when he got older, that's when we saw the fierceness of him. He slays. But another example of, I get it what he mean by is young, because it could be dangerous, because at the end of the day, that's hormones. That's something that's foreign that you're not putting. You're changing your gene, your code to be something else. So you adding stuff to your body to make you something that don't even already happen to you. You want it to happen, so you causing it, and it's like you. These kids shouldn't be getting lipo and face augmentations and getting the surgery to get transitioned and stuff like that. They just like you can't. If a child can't go to prison at a certain age because they're a child and they don't have the mental capacity to understand stuff, that's the same thing as transitioning. Yes. They don't know it until they understand it fully. And your brain don't fully develop until you're 25 anyway. So you're still learning yourself. You're still trying to get yourself together. You might want to do that at 6. At 25, you might want to be a leprechaun. You don't know what you want to be. Like, now you done got the sex change and now you can't be a leprechaun. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to... I think people, like Mario Lopez said, it's weird that they're hyping it up and making this the big thing, the new trend, and everybody is just doing it. Okay, Mike. Like, they got one lady that's a celebrity that allows her young son to dress like a girl. Like, he looked like a girl and everything, but the boy didn't say he was gay or anything. They just let him. I don't have a problem with that, because they're letting him express himself. It's not like he's saying, just like you said, that he wants to be a girl.
But we talking about the mental state of a kid. She letting him dress like this, and he still don't understand
it, right?
Like, you're a boy. He just thinking, okay. I want to wear this because, which is it? It's cool.
Just like I feel like with within preschool, right? They allow both genders to play with dolls. Yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be. There's no problem with that. I hate when we and that goes back to what we were saying last week. When you take that femininity away from your son, you are
my thing is
you're killing him.
Not just that, you're like not structuring him to be a parent either.
He won't have that balance,
right? Like, this is the thing about that. I understand with the whole baby doll stuff, because now they're starting to create boy baby dolls and stuff like that, and it shouldn't be till a boy becomes teenage and have to take what's that health class we take, parenting classes and stuff like that, where they make you bring they used to make you bring an egg. I know I had to bring
I don't think I did that.
We had to bring an egg, and I had to color it and make it and stuff like that. And I had a boyfriend and a husband that had to take the egg and stuff like that. And it was just like, damn, like, y'all, how a boy supposed to know how to raise a child if we don't teach parenting until they teenagers? but we give little girls that don't even know how to be mothers at 1, 2 baby dolls.
Teach them, they gotta learn it once it happens.
Right, and then you got little girls that got baby dolls at 1, 2 years old playing with baby dolls.
Talking about that's my baby.
That's my baby, and breastfeeding. Like they know it. You could teach the boys the same thing.
We as people are so one-sided. You condone one thing,
and then
but then
bash the other thing.
Bash the other
it's like, it's okay for men to be thoughts, but when a woman be a thought, that's bad. It's okay for a woman to do this, but when a man do it, it's bad. It's like,
damn if you do, damn if you don't. That needs to be our saying.
Yeah, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Okay,
that's crazy.
It really is. But like I said, I agree with Mario Lopez. I understand where he was coming from, and you don't have to apologize for every. You said what you said.
He was forced.
You said what you said, but you know you didn't mean it. Okay, you just said what you said. Right. Like, just say I said what I said, and if anybody got a problem with it, run up.
He could have been like, it came out. It didn't mean to come out the way that it did,
but it came out. And I said what I said, and what up?
I stand by my opinion.
Baby girl, what's up? What's up? Like, I'm getting tired of it. It's really crazy and weird that we got a culture right now that you could they want you to say what you want to say, but then the minute you say what you want to say, oh, you gotta apologize. Somebody is always hurt by something you said. If we can't express ourselves, like, look here, I'm gonna express myself. I'm telling you right now, Kiss Calhoun, when she get famous, don't expect me to sugarcoat nothing, because I'm not going to sugarcoat nada. Not a Nathaniel, okay? I'm not sugarcoating nothing with nobody. So if you get hurt and you on my show, I'm not like Wendy Williams and going to apologize. No. I'm going to be like,
don't drag my CD in there.
I'm going to be after the show, on my show, yeah, and they talking about, I got to apologize. Let me tell y'all, on my show, blue, blue, blue. That's what I'm going to do on air. If anybody got a problem when we get our little show on NBC, you know they're going to give us a little CBS slot. When we got our talk show, or we might be on BET. You never know. Shout out to BET. But still, like, everybody's always heard about somebody's opinion. It's opinion. It's a 401k for a reason. If you feel some type of way, run up. That's how I'm going to say it. But, we can talk about this over and over again. We can talk about black fathers, how they need to be in y'all children's life. We could talk about deadbeats all day. But at the end of the day, it's always good to just be in your person's life. Be a better parent. Be a better father. Be a better mother. Be a better role model. That's all I'm going to say. So spill this tea, okay? So
we are going to start with the lovely Aaliyah.
R.I.P. to baby girl.
Yeah,
baby girl.
Baby girl. So the one and only Aaliyah will be receiving a wax statue. So if we could date back, like, all the big names have wax statues.
Everybody, Madonna, Britney Spears, I think. The legendary Beyonce has her white woman statue up there. It's like everybody got a statue.
And I was about to say, like, some of them are done right, and then some of them are not.
Right.
So this is coming from the Shade Room, of course. So roommates, may all of Aaliyah fans step forward. I have some exciting news. The Princess of R&B, Aaliyah, will be honored with a wax figure at Madame Tussauds in Las Vegas later this month. Earlier today, Aaliyah's older brother, Rashad Halting, I hope I said that correct, posted the news on his Instagram stating, "We are proud to announce that Pound Aaliyah will be the next iconic star immortalized in wax at Madame Tussauds, Las Vegas. This announcement comes just a few weeks short of the 18th anniversary of the late singer's death. Yes. This news also comes after several petitions and social media accounts were created urging them to create a wax figure celebrating Aaliyah's life. One of the petitions began, Aaliyah is an icon in the entertainment industry. She lives on through her music, trend-setting looks, and her fans, which is true. True. Sister did give some looks.
Okay, I'm still wearing the looks, okay?
Rashad even created a competition in celebration of his sister's life under the hashtag Pound Show Us Show Aaliyah. Fans of the singer will have the opportunity to showcase their best Aaliyah-inspired outfits in the hopes of winning the chance to attend the unveiling of the wax figure.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull out my Tomeboy figure, you know? Cause baby, I got some Tommy Hilfiger ready for you.
Well, you need to enter. Is well.
I gotta
overdue.
lose me a little weight first. I'm gonna look like a little Missy
She's
Elliott.
deserving of it, but you know what she needs also? Somebody needs to really take it serious and recreate that biopic of her life. Yes, because that's deserving, and her fans really need to see.
And it's a beautiful,
they deserve it.
It's a beautiful love-hate story, and it shouldn't be on Mother Loving Lifetime. It should be something where, like the Whitney Houston one was, where it was in the movie theater, and do it. I feel like now it's gonna be good, and now Zendaya should actually play her, because I feel like she did a lot now, and she's older now. Older, and she's more into acting and doing drama-like stuff, that she could really play Aaliyah. And she could play Aaliyah from a young all the way to the time she died.
Shout out to Zendaya, baby, because she did so well in Euphoria.
And I was so mad that I didn't really want her to play Aaliyah. I didn't. When the first thing came out, I was like, her young ass ain't gonna know nothing about. She was dead. And, I mean, she was dead by the time this little girl was even spitting out.
But now she's like 22 now. So
and it's crazy because she the same age that she would have been if she was like. And it's like she would look just like her. So if somebody want to Aaliyah DuVernay, anybody, one of these film directors want remake Aaliyah and have that movie out, that's gonna sell a lot. Because if it do come out,
it needs to be in the theater, just like Notorious was.
Notorious, Tupac, all that. The Whitney Houston, not the one that was on Lifetime, but the actual movie that came out that spilled all the tea. Like, Aaliyah went through some stuff, and it should show all of the stuff, including, since we going through this little thing with R.Kelly, and it's coming to light. It's only right for it to be perfect timing, because maybe that'll seal a nail in his coffin and telling some stuff that we ain't know about in her story.
Right.
Showing him manipulating something, and really, because now the tea is coming out. But shout out to Madame Tussauds in Vegas for doing the wax museum. It's way long overdue, especially like somebody like her that died tragically in a plane crash, unexpectedly, and at the height of her career. Imagine, that's like losing Beyonce at the time we lost Aaliyah. Girl,
I will be laid out on this floor.
But that's how people was. That's how people was. I remember when Aaliyah died, Friday she was just on 106 in Park, and then Sunday she was gone, and I was like, this girl was on 106 in Park, like, oh my God. And then to play the video on 106 in Park after she died, and just so much stuff happening, and now this R.Kelly stuff coming to light, I feel like it's only right to redo the movie. Right. Wendy Williams, maybe she could get on it. She not with her mom. She not with her man no more.
No, she needs to leave it alone. She failed. No do-over. I was mad at her for a long time.
So Wendy Williams, you out here, you can't. They said we can't let you shoot it.
You know I was mad at her for a long time.
We gotta get Spike Lee or something.
Somebody.
But Monica and her with this whole divorce thing, she living her best life on here, looking like Anita Baker on the stage. So spill tea. How she feeling after that?
Also coming from the shade room.
Always messy with the shade. Okay.
So back in March, Monica officially filed for divorce from her husband Shannon Brown after almost 9 years of marriage.
Why you just couldn't hang in one more year?
As they previously reported, the reasoning behind the separation was not immediately known, as it had not been listed at the time.
Spill tea.
As many of you know, Monica has not spoken too much about her divorce. Even on the last season of T.I. and Tiny's Family and Friends Hustle, Monica did not get into details about her separation. However, during a recent interview on Sway in the Morning, Monica opened up a little bit about her divorce and how it's been impacting her children. And she also talked about it a little bit when she was a guest on Wendy Williams a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, because I think, they had a show that kind of interviewed him. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm good. Why everybody asking me if I'm like, what's wrong? If you okay? But that's...
So So basically, like during the interview, Sweet mentioned that Monica was now single, and she mentioned that she is currently going through a divorce. The conversation then shifted to how her children have been impacted by her divorce. When asked what was one of the most complicated questions she had to answer from one of her kids, she shared that her 11-year-old son asked if she could stop the divorce since she was the one who filed the papers. She said immediately people love sharing stuff that shouldn't be shared, so he read that I filed it. I had a great conversation with them prior, but it didn't go into that part of it. And he asked me, well, can you stop it? Monica and Shannon have shared their adorable 5-year-old daughter, Layla, and the former couple tied their knot back in 2010. So 2020 would have been their 10th year.
I feel like this. I think when you get married for better, for worse. And I feel like sometimes people don't be wanting to go through the whole divorce thing. I feel like this my own 401k. Like, I ain't trying to add it into it, but I feel like sometimes you wear you run, marriages run its course sometimes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that could have been what happened. Like, she just got, I wouldn't say bored, she just got tired of the same old him. But you know what? Like she said on Wendy, she just said that, just basically what you said, it ran its course. Mm-hmm. And she said it's not bad blood, like, because they're still living in the same house. Because they're going through it. You know what's going to happen? This is what's going to happen. They're going to be divorced, but they're going to stay in the same house for the sake of their children. And guess what's going to happen? She going to be right back, creeping in the bed with her husband, and they're going to be sleeping together, okay? So
you always gotta have a creep version of something.
I'm just saying, Monica getting a divorce, but that don't mean she gonna be not. Cause a lot of people do that. A lot of families get divorced and they still stay together for the sake of the children. As far as like staying in the house together, sharing property and stuff like that. I know families that even though their mama and daddy was divorced, their mama and daddy still stayed in the same house together. She still cooked and everybody ate as a family, and it just was a lot of stuff that was going on as far as families being together and families being able to be together. And it's just heartbreaking that her 11-year-old son is like that and feeling some type of way about, just her being divorced. Because like we talked about earlier in the show, black representation and fatherhood, like those two, her oldest sons, fathers wasn't really much in their lives. Right. And for 9 years of their life, Shannon was there, consistent, and he saw a lot. The little sister came around, and it's crazy that now they gotta go through it. It's like for boys, they losing a father figure all over again, and you don't want the kids to feel like they lost a father. Sometimes you just gotta sit down and talk to your children about stuff in situations like that, especially when they're old enough to understand. But at the same time, you gotta let things be what they are, kids. Some things we're not gonna understand when we're young, right. But once we get older, we understand them more and we do things accordingly when we're going through certain situations. So like I said, it's heartbreaking that the kids feel some type of way, but that's why I hate the media, because the media posts everything knowing that some of these celebrity children are old enough to be on Instagram and Twitter and see the stuff. Not only that, people talk at school. Oh, Jamarcus, I heard your dad and your mom getting divorced. And it's like, children are so cruel. You like, bitch, I didn't even know. I stay in the house with a motherfucker I ain't know. And I ain't know this and you know this. Like, so it's messing with the whole family and messing up things. And it's just bad. So I wish that things get better. And like I said, it will, because they're going to be back together. Later on, we're going to be talking about Monica and Shannon bringing home another baby because she done got back together and missed that creep. She missed that Ziak. Cause she was saying on the show she liked to be all up under her man. Her man must have was getting a little boring. She need her some fresh meat. Jennifer Lopez switch men every fucking year. Okay, we just happy J-Lo finally got her somebody.
Like it's different situations. Like I don't know. Like it's easy for some
J-Lo
people to
had
move
5
on.
husbands and shit.
Baby, J-Lo is living her
best life with
best life, baby.
Her man. I need to give me a little Puerto Rican.
Life,
I need to give me a little Puerto Rican in my system. But what R.Kelly did now? Because now we be trending in our little hot tea, and it's like we only keeping up with him because the tea need to be spilled. So what's going on with Mr. I was about to call him Mr. Biggs. That's not the same person. Kels. What's going on with the Pied Piper? That's what he is.
Coming from the shade room as well. R. Kelly is now being hit with more charges and in another state. On top of the charges he is already facing in Chicago and New York, is now racking up charges in Minnesota. Doesn't this sound familiar to y'all? According to TMZ, prosecutor says R. Kelly once paid a teen girl to have sexual contact with him in a Minnesota hotel. The Hennepin County attorney, Mike Freeman, says the alleged victim initially approaches Kels looking for an autograph, but things quickly took a turn. She claims Kels paid her $200 to get naked and engage in sexual acts with him. R. Kelly's attorney, Steve Greenberg, says Kels' new charges are absolutely ridiculous. Give me a break, he tweets. This is beyond absurd. As we previously recorded, R. Kelly has been behind bars since being arrested on federal sex trafficking charges back in July. Since his arrest, 26 sex tapes allegedly involving underage girls have been uncovered by attorneys, and Kels' camp has been turning on him. The most recent of his staff to resign is his crisis manager, Darrell Johnson, who recently resigned from his position following comments he made in an interview with Gayle King. In the interview, Gayle poses a question to Darrell regarding his 20-year-old daughter. Remember, we had talked about this hot topic a couple episodes ago. She asked if Darrell would feel comfortable leaving his daughter along with the singer, to which he says absolutely not. Shortly after, Darrell announced he is no longer continuing his role as Kels' crisis manager. Stay with us as this story develops.
You know what? I'm going to be the director that going to create the bomb as R. Kelly biopic. Like, this needs to be, they need to tell this man's story. And what he need to do is just like, at this time, once you get convicted, Kels, accept accountability for the stuff that you did, even if you didn't realize that you was doing anything wrong. Like, come on, man, 2 more videos, and then they got 20 all together. Like, you do know it's 20 different people that we gonna see in videos with you being the same person with 20 different other people. It's like, R. Kelly, like, was you that desperate for young me? Like, I feel like men like that only do that is because they feel inferior and they need something to dominate they cojones and make them feel powerful again. Even though he had everybody that was loving all of his music, he still needed to do that, and you didn't see that something was wrong with that.
To me, this reminds me of the situations with former Saints player
Darren Sharper,
Bill Cosby. Well, once it started trickling, it was just going to keep going, and it's going to continue to keep going because a lot of people are going to come out the woodworks. Do we believe that most of this stuff is true? Of course.
Because nobody just going to come out.
Some stuff is
fabricated? Of course. But at the end of the day, evidence is key. And when you're the person that looks into the camera and we can physically see it's you, that's when you know you fucked up. But
moving on to this shady ass tea.
Oh my God! What Lori Harvey did? Now with P. Diddy.
One of your new fave couples were spotted out having lunch in Italy. Diddy, who is out there with his kids.
In Italy. No, you know what? I don't feel bad for her. Let me get me a sugar daddy. Taking me on trips.
Yeah, looking good as Diddy, yeah. Shit, okay. I would too. Was spotted having lunch with his rumored boo, Lori Harvey, who is out there with her parents, Steve and Marjorie Harvey. There's no word on exactly who Lori traveled to Italy with, her dad or her zaddy. Ew. But they are linked up and seen to have a good time. It's safe to say this wasn't the first time Steve and Diddy met. However, I don't know how many times they've met in this particular Meet the Parents setting. A couple of weeks ago, we exclusively shared photos of Diddy and Lori taking a stroll down the streets of New York City in matching outfits, which they look adorable. I love her pants and her top. At this time, everyone's sentiments were somebody check on Justin Combs. Now listen to this. As he reportedly dated Lori prior to his father's dating, all must be well. However, as Justin was in Italy with his father and siblings as well. So and I mean, y'all can see these pictures. Y'all can speculate
and see it all, but they was definitely together in one big old happy family. She gonna have a...
Yes. So baby, she didn't jump from the sun to the actual money.
But here's the thing. I think... See, this is why you have to mind the business that pay you, because... Honestly, I think that they might have some kind of, like they might have like a little crush thing going on. I think it's just the media always speculating stuff and stuff. It could be that he's been a real good mentor to her and showing her the business or whatever.
Not how they cut it up in them pictures. Girl, ain't no mentoring in that.
She got her a nice little sugar daddy.
My thing is,
he got him a sugar baby.
I just think it's very shady, and it's at an all time. This is beyond friendship. This is family. So it's
but at the end of the day, the way dudes handle stuff,
what they do.
Yeah, I was gonna say
this industry. Yeah, they date the same
people. Like, I don't know how many people. How many people was with Kim Kardashian before she got with Kanye West?
People.
Like, come on.
Keep up with
and he going too hard.
I stopped at number 2.
Okay, Reggie Bush. Fuck.
Shit, I stopped counting that too.
Ray J. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but my girl married now, and she got what? 4 kids, 3 kids.
About to have another one. 5.
Damn.
She got 2 girls. 2 girls. 3.
I think it's 2.
2 girls, 3 boys. I mean, 2 girls.
And 2 boys.
2 boys, but they want another kid.
Oh, Lord. Moving on to The Shy.
Ooh, I got the hiccups. The Shy. R.I.P. to my show. And, of course, my favorite character. Jason Mitchell's character is gone off the show. I think he did a good job on the show, but please, spill the tea.
So, just a day after reports that Jason Mitchell's character on The Shy will be killed off in this upcoming season following his recent firing, the embattled actor has finally decided to speak publicly on the allegations against him. To catch you up on speed, Mitchell was fired back in May after a few women who worked on the show, including his co-star Tiffany Boone, expressed concerns with his behavior on set. Boone reportedly left the show before any action was taken.
Messed up the show before any action was taken.
Make a statement, wrote Mitchell under an Instagram post reporting the news that his character Brandon Johnson will be killed off as a way to address his absence in season 3. To everyone commenting without any knowledge of what's going on, please stop. Yeah, he must have forgot on.
He was a little Fantasia writing this.
And to all my supporters, I appreciate you all, and I'm sorry I will no longer be The Shy. But don't believe what you read in the media. Mitchell didn't speculate further or outright deny the allegations of misconduct, and it is unclear if he has sought representation in the matter. In addition to being fired from The Shy in May, he was also dropped by his management agency as well as a new Netflix film that he had been cast as a lead. Boone, who played Jason's girlfriend on the show, reportedly made repeated complaints of sexual harassment and allegedly felt so unsafe with Jason that at times her fiance, Dear White People actor Marquis Richardson, who plays
I don't play.
What's that boy name? I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think about it.
I didn't watch it in so long.
Oh well, that's the guy that's woke. He's one of the woke guys. And he dresses very African.
Oh, okay, I know the one with the ponytail,
yes.
like the tail in the back. Oh, I didn't know she was.
Yeah, she's.
Oh,
I just found that out the other day.
Soft. You were supposed to be fighting.
So come you
supposed to be fighting at the set.
She shot scenes with him, but no. He would come to the set when I guess she would go and she would tell him about this, so he would actually sit on
to make sure he ain't trying
when she's shooting scenes with
must have been after that sex scene they had to do.
He would sit in just to, watch, make sure nothing going on. So the source also said that Tiffany ultimately informed producers at Fox 21 that she could no longer work with Jason initially. He was retained while she was released at her request to pursue other projects. Other actresses on the series also were said to have had problems with Jason, but it's unclear what finally led to the studio to act on the allegations. Of course, stick with us while this story,
because I'm gonna keep y'all informed because this is my show. But it's just crazy, like, we don't know what's happening, we don't know what's going on, but a lot of people was speculating and talking, and like I said, he did get dropped from the management company, and he ain't been doing much of nothing now. So it's like, it's crazy because that's why you gotta. Some things is so bigger than just you, and I just hate that we have so many good shows that get canceled because allegations come out because the people want to mix business with pleasure, and it's like, y'all, come on now, y'all too grown to still be sexually assaulting people and it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case.
Right.
But still, you got to make a healthy work environment, and that's what the producers got to do. Right. They can't keep nobody around that's going to tank the show because word on the street, the mama got arrested for the mama character.
So the show was already falling apart.
It's like the mama character got caught with the cocaine and she in the news, and then he in the news about sexual allegation. It's just messing up. The whole show is messing up everybody who on the show that's doing right on the show money. Like, that show is a good show. That show is like watching. Remember the show that used to come on BET, The Corner? It used to be on, I think, Showtime back in the day, or HBO. It was about.
I didn't watch that.
You probably seen it, but you don't remember it because it was all on. It was based about Philadelphia lifestyle, and it just showed a lot of good, stuff. The Chi is the same way. It's showing the black representation of the Chi and what's going on in the Chi. So even if you can't use the same character, just recast new characters and write around the storyline.
That's what they did on the game.
Right. The game went off and then they just came back and
characters.
Right. Like,
there was no more Melanie and Derwin. There was two new main love interests.
And then they kind of brought them back in later on, and then it wasn't focused.
I didn't watch that then.
It didn't focus on, like, the first show was to be honest with you, the game was a spinoff from Girlfriends.
Right.
So it kind of was supposed to tell Melanie and Dora's story.
Was,
but eventually,
Tracy Ellis Ross' character cousin.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it did get boring. But just like the Chi, just because one character messed up, you got to kill him off and create a new character, because the stuff y'all talking about is really good. And the story,
I've seen it a couple times.
It's a really good storyline.
I will always miss it because I know that I will have the day stuck in my head, the day that it come on the time, and then be like, fuck, I missed it again.
But it's a good storyline. Your girl did a good job with writing this, and I feel like keep it going. Screw his character. They got other characters that you could actually bring in a new face and use the old characters to go around with that. I hate the fact that we just, every time something happen or somebody mess something up, we just lose the whole show. We lose the whole show. Like Martin show got canceled because Martin was going crazy and doing stuff and making Gina feel uncomfortable. You remember
Right.
Tisha Campbell felt uncomfortable, and that's when it was coming to where they didn't shoot scenes together like they would. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that kind of led Martin's show going syndicated, being over with. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have to do what you got to do to make it a healthy environment for all people. Like, stop, put your penis in your pants, for real. And Jason, the girl wasn't all that for you to be after her like that. Come on now, get it together. But my boy Lamar then got him a boo thing, huh? He finally then got clean and got him a black woman, okay?
Woman.
Okay? Spill the tea, okay?
So, okay. Lamar Odom just debuted his new boo, y'all. Her name is Sabrina Parr, and she's super into fitness from what we can see on her social media. Lamar showed Sabrina off to the world Friday morning in an Instagram post of the two of them posted up, already looking like a power couple, and they really do, y'all. What we have is much more than they can see, he said.
And this is coming from the message shade, of course.
And he's posted this on his Instagram. Sabrina also shared the exact post with the exact same caption a few minutes after Lamar put it on his. So, of course, our people already stated making the Khloe Kardashian remarks and comparisons in the comments, of course. As you all know, Lamar and Khloe quickly married only after some weeks of knowing each other. Lamar and Khloe's marriage consequently did not last
when he was still on that crack
of infidelity and allegedly drug use on Lamar's end. It seems as though there is no bad blood between the two. However, as Lamar has continuously said how much he still loves and respects Khloe and her family.
And that's not gonna never change. Right. When you love somebody, you love somebody.
Aspects of their relationship in his last book, Darkness to Light, a memoir. Khloe has shown support to Lamar and his book as well. With that being said, it looks like Lamar is ready to get his love life back on track with his new lady Sabrina. And peep her out, y'all. She is gorgeous and she is fine as fuck.
Okay. But
congratulations to Lamar.
That is congratulations. To say he went through all that he went through, damn near almost died, came back to life and got a second chance, and he doing right by this second chance. Shout out to him, because he really needs this. He really needs somebody to actually, like Mariah Carey said, I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. Like, he finally getting somebody in his corner that helping him stay clean, healthy, and fit, and so he could, be a better person, not just for people, and the people around him, but for himself, because nobody don't want to see Lamar Odom go back to what he used to be. And we all know, once you get clean and you try to go back on the crack, you dead after that. So, like, I'm glad he found so many instances. So many celebrity stars had an OD after being clean. Amy Winehouse was one of them, trying to get clean and not drinking. Whitney Houston trying to get clean, and even so many you could go. So the list goes on. But so many people that then try to get clean and go back to old habits and end up dying. But it's good to see that he is the light out of the, what's it say? What does this book say? Light out of the darkness, the darkness to light or something. Well, he definitely out of the darkness and he's into the light. And shout out to Lamar, shout out to a new boo. Hopefully they could be power couple of the year. And please stop comparing this lady to Khloe Kardashian, because she ain't her. Khloe Kardashian left him after he was on crack. Remember? Baby girl. He would have probably not OD'd if they would have been together and solid. That was the last straw for Courtney when he was in Vegas snorting the cocaine. So just be thankful that he got somebody that stuck with him even after his past, because everybody know once you go on crack, you can't trust a crackhead. You can't trust no crackhead. All your shit gonna be missing, you know what I'm saying? So it's good that he got somebody that trusts his crackheadism and know to not leave her purse around him. But still, shout out to Lamar Odom. Shout out
to his new boo.
Shout out to his new boo.
Well, no, Sabrina. Girl, I didn't get this girl
a whole new name. But today was a good show. Shout out to everybody out here that supports the show. Of course, you can always follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Yo What's the Word. And if you want to be a featured artist, please submit your music to the What's the Word email address at What's the Word 504 at gmail.com and submit us your music and your track, and we'll happily spin it through the show, play it through the show, or just support your music in general. So just send us a little something. We would love to hear from you. But shout out to everyone. Of
course, shout out to everyone that listens and supports us each and every week. We love you guys so much, and we thank you.
So, as always, we're going to end this episode. Until next time, peace and love. And fathers, we need you.
Girl, how you going to say peace and love and then come back?
I got to tell them, we need you. This episode is for the fathers that feel like, they're not needed. Your children need you. So be the fathers that you want your children to be proud of, and support your children all aspects. Fuck what the haters say. Love your children hard. Love them. Support them in everything they do. This is Kiss Calhoun signing off with that. You heard me.
Peace, y'all.